Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah.
Shut up, Wesley.
That's probably what they said.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Wil Wheaton thinks Wil Shatner's a jerk.
Well, a lot of people think Wil Shatner's a jerk, though.
They do, but he's a rich jerk. And
yeah, and he's been around long enough that when you get to a certain age, you're allowed to be a jerk because, you've earned it.
He's been to space. Wil Wheaton has not been to space.
That's true.
Yes.
And let's be honest here, most people don't like Wil Wheaton and would be a jerk to him. So it's not that's surprising. I mean, he was so triggered by Twitter that he stormed off thinking everybody was going to follow him, and they didn't.
Yeah, I will give him credit though. Wil Wheaton has stayed off of Twitter as far as I know, but he was gonna, he stormed off of Twitter a couple of years ago. That was his primary platform. Stormed off of Twitter, and he was like, "Who else is with me?" Jerry Maguire style, and nobody went with him.
It's funny because in the article they said about William Shatner lived up to his reputation as a self-centered douche. When I think about Wil Wheaton, that's what I think about, is self-centered douche. So
yeah,
potato. I guess it's perspective.
It sucks too because I actually liked some of his movies. I used to watch Stand By Me all the time when I was a kid. It was on HBO, and I was always worried about swimming in creeks because I was afraid I was going to get leeches on my balls.
I thought you were afraid you were going to get attacked by Wil Wheaton. Well, leeches and balls. Wil Wheaton.
Oh, but now I just find him to be
jealous.
Absolutely insufferable. Like, he just constant politics. And I guarantee you that his political differences with William Shatner probably plays into his
I'm sure it does.
Shatner's a jerk. So we're gonna talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 262,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about pop culture. We talk very little about Star Trek because I don't give a shit about Star Trek anymore.
I used to like it. I
used to love it, yeah.
I grew up, my dad was a huge classic Star Trek fan, and we used to go see all the movies. And we used to, I watched, Next Gen and all that.
Yeah, we watched
but later with you.
Yeah, we watched Next Gen together actually the whole way through.
Right, that was like our thing we used to do. We used to watch it. Night. I mean, we could,
that was it. We just got married, and the thing we did the most was watch Next Generation reruns.
Right.
Yeah.
But look, I get it. We've heard throughout the years that William Shatner has been, people know it's kind of like not so secret that he can be a bit of a
prima donna.
Pretty much.
I mean, look, Galaxy Quest, Tim Allen's character was based on.
I mean, I'm not going to say it didn't happen because it probably did. But I also know that there was a boy who happened to be a friend of a relative who was very sick and had battled cancer for many, many years. And a request was put out on Twitter. I think it was sent cards or something. And William Shatner actually retweeted it.
I do remember that,
and he did, and it was a yes, and it was because he did. So he can't be a complete asshole because he turned around and did that for a kid he didn't even know, and it wasn't like someone was deliberately telling him to go do it. He saw it and thought it was important and shared it. So not everybody's bad.
Yeah, I remember that was in some newspapers, and so he's.
I think he seems to have mellowed out a bit too. Like, I mean, he seemed to be like he used to be a lot worse than he is now.
Yeah, maybe.
He just doesn't take shit on Twitter.
No, and neither does Wil Wheaton because he quit.
No, he just stormed out.
He stormed out. So he's got his blog, and I think that's where this came from. Anyway, I love it when celebrities dunk on other celebrities, because it makes for
somebody pay attention to me.
Interesting video fodder, right? Shatner lived up to his infamous reputation as a self-centered douche, according to George Takei, when he met actor Wil Wheaton on the set of Star Trek V. At the time, Wheaton was 16 and playing Wesley Crusher on Star Trek Next Generation until they kicked him off the show.
Yeah, but he was annoying then.
He was annoying. We found out that the original Star Trek cast would be working next door. Oh boy. Wheaton, who co-starred in Stand By Me, opposite River Phoenix and Corey Feldman as a kid. Excellent movie, despite Wil Wheaton being a douchebag himself. It still holds up. Took weeks to drum up the nerve to introduce himself. Finally, he saw Shatner surrounded by crew members and decided it was time. Wearing his gray acting ensign spacesuit, Wheaton walked up to the legendary curmudgeon famous for playing Captain James T. Kirk. Took about 8 steps for my confidence to evaporate. Wheaton, now 49, writes in his upcoming book, Still Just a Geek. Buy it now. Available April 12th.
Annotated memoir. It's still overly too much.
So you're the kid on that show, Shatner asked. He seemed annoyed, Wheaton writes. My throat and mouth were dry, my palms were sweating, my heart pounded in my ears, and I answered, yes, sir, my name's Will. The team put out his hand for Shatner to shake, which he ignored. Shatner then proceeded to mock Wheaton's costume. What is that, your spacesuit? He said, made a sound that was somewhere between a laugh and a cough.
It is rude.
They put him in a stupid 80s sweater, though. I mean, that's not his fault.
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, Wesley's outfit was dumb, but he was like, what, Look, I understand Shatner, if I remember correctly, was not real happy about Next Gen. He was pretty salty about the whole thing. Somebody should have told Wil Wheaton.
Somebody should have brought him over to introduce him, not just him going by himself. They really knew he wanted to meet him. That they should have had an emissary of goodwill.
Wheaton says he actually felt lightheaded and didn't hear Shatner when he asked him a question. I said, what do you do over there? He asked. Wheaton recalls there was a challenge in his voice.
Oh, yes. He recalls this all from how many years ago?
When the teen explained he was acting ensign who sometimes pilots the ship, Shatner said dismissively, well, I'd never let a kid come onto my bridge. He did not like the idea of Next Gen because it was kind of stealing his... And it was on the same time that they were doing the movies for the original crew, too. You know, so.
Yeah, I have zero doubt that Shatner has been an asshole. I'm not... I mean, it's like everybody knows that.
Yep. Word quickly went around that Shatner had been rude, and members of the crew and cast came to comfort and commiserate with Wheaton. Oh my God, they all have a Shatner shit on me story.
I'm sure they do, though, to be fair.
Brent Spiner, who played Data, told the team that Shatner was bald and wears a toupee. Michael Dorn, who played Klingon Worf, jokingly offered to kick Shatner's ass. And Jonathan Frakes, to hell with him.
Wait. So his co-stars.
His co-stars.
Did the other co-star, the original cast or crew come over to comfort him?
Where's Scotty? Where the hell is Scotty? As Wheaton was going back to his trailer, all sad and dejected, he was summoned into Gene Roddenberry's office. The Star Trek creator had already heard about the unpleasant meeting. Well, Bill Shatner's an ass. Don't worry about him. I'm so proud to have you on my show. Don't you ever forget that. This was a good movie. This was a very good movie. And this will never happen again.
Well, maybe this explains why Wil Wheaton's such an ass. Maybe
he learned from the best.
Maybe yes. Maybe
or the worst.
he's like, if I have to make sure I am a better and a bigger ass than Bill Shatner for my legacy, I have to upstage him by being a bigger ass.
The next day at work, there was an envelope sitting on Wheaton's dressing room table addressed to Master Wil Wheaton from the office of William Shatner. Uh-oh, somebody got in trouble. Somebody got spanked. Inside there was a typed message. Dear Will, you're a fine young actor, and I would be honored to have you on my bridge any day. Sincerely yours, Bill. The signature was in ink.
Oh, ooh.
Ooh, drink your Ovaltine.
You could get a signature at lots of conventions, too.
You could. Yeah, he charges like $200 now, though, I think. The next minute, Wheaton's phone rang with Roddenberry on the line. I spoke with Bill Shatner yesterday. You think? I don't think he would have done that on his own.
No.
And he should be dropping off a note for you today. I couldn't believe it, Wheaton writes. Gene Roddenberry, the great bird of the galaxy and creator of Star Trek, had called William effing Shatner, Captain James T. Kirk, and director of Star Trek V, and asked him to apologize to me, Wil Wheaton, 16-year-old acting ensign and drooling fanboy. Of all the wonderful gifts Gene gave me across the years, that is the one most fondly remembered. Basically, he got his ass chewed out for picking on a kid.
And then he's like, yay. He shouldn't have picked on a kid.
He shouldn't have picked on a kid.
He could have handled it much better. But then he's like, yeah, I remember a time that they made Wil Wheaton or William Shatner apologize to me.
Well, yeah, and that kind of sets the tone, doesn't it? Like,
that explains quite a bit.
That does. It's like, hey, things don't go my way. That's okay. Somebody'll be sorry. Somebody will be sorry. And this is what we get. We get the William fucking Shatner story from Wil Wheaton, which you can buy on Amazon now. Apparently. And that's I'm like, dude, you've had how many years? You could do so many other things, but you're
still going on about your glory days at Star Trek and how you don't like William Shatner.
And he hated Star Trek. I think he didn't he bust on Star Trek after he was up? Like, I hated being on Star Trek and I hated being Wesley. And I mean, William has the name Shat right in his name. I mean, what did you expect? He shat the bed.
I'm just like, it's been widely known.
Yeah,
how he was like. I mean, no one's making excuses that he didn't do that because I'm sure he did. And it was really not okay. But I'm also like, dude, you just kind of walked up to him and, what it reminds me of, like Pride and Prejudice. And they're like, the cousin goes up to introduce it to Mr. Darcy, and she's like, he'll find that impertinent. You can't just walk up and introduce yourself like that. It's rude. And he just does it anyway. That's what it reminds me of.
At least he didn't go, who the fuck are you? I'm William fucking Shatner. Who the fuck are you, kid?
I just think so. His happiest one of his happiest memories is because Gene Roddenberry told William
Slap
Shatner
down William Shatner
to write him an apology letter. And then he's smiling like that in that picture, which is clearly taken years after the fact.
Clearly.
So what? He didn't get your ass then too. So you wrote your blog.
Yeah, right.
This was like obviously more recent.
Yeah. I just think it's funny.
Queen Mary Dome, Long Beach, January and February. So I think this is like a recent-ish picture.
Yeah, does he remember who he is?
Is this? I'm sure you didn't write this before you went and saw him. You wouldn't have the cojones for that. Leeches sucked him off. You're gonna go wait till after this, and then write it.
Oh my god, that'd be like a great horror movie. Leeches ate my balls.
It's just like, I would have had more respect had you just said it to his face.
I just seriously like Wil Wheaton is just it's so aggravating because I like this kid when I was growing up because now
I always thought he was annoying.
But I like Stand By Me and I like I think that was the only other thing he was in, wasn't it? Stand By Me.
I don't know. I like one movie he did.
That one movie he did.
Honestly,
that one movie he did I thought was pretty good.
All I think is when he was on Next Gen, I just found him really annoying and grating, and I was like, well, it's not his fault. And then you see him more and more, and you're like, oh my god, it was
totally.
He was playing himself the whole time.
Well, that was like they did the documentary on Nintendo, which is excellent, by the way. It was on Crackle. Mm-hmm. It was Sean Astin did this documentary on Nintendo, and it was the best documentary I've seen on Nintendo so far, coming from Sean Astin, right? And they had Wil Wheaton on, and I'm like, even in the couple of seconds that they had Wil Wheaton on, they minimized his screen time. I found him to be insufferable because he had a political shirt on the whole time. It was like, come on,
you can just tell he thinks he's above everyone.
Yeah, so
for all him getting mad about William Shatner, he himself acts like similarly.
Yes,
we've seen him behave that way on the internet all the time.
Oh yeah.
So I think our amusement was more about the irony.
The irony. You've grown up to be just like the Shat. You shat the bed yourself there.
That's right.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Beaten. Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe, it's open and brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
He better.
Oh my god, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. Ooh, sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. You can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this effer up.
Yes.